All right, class. I hope all of you had a really nice vacation and we're back into second semester. Can you believe it? Already, yes, second semester. And so for the next 9 weeks, I'm going to tell you what we're going to be learning. Some of you may not know who I am. I'm Mrs. Penix, and I'll be your science teacher for the next 9 weeks. So the first thing is we're going to be learning 3 units this time. 3 units, cell biology and disease, force and motion, and then we're going to end our year with chemistry. So for the first 4 weeks, we're going to be into cells and disease. Now, this school year has been like no other, okay? And you know that, I know that. I have the task of teaching you about diseases. And unfortunately, I have to talk a little bit about the coronavirus. But I want you to understand that I'm teaching it from the scientific standpoint, and it's my job to do this. So I'm hoping that I don't offend anyone. I'm hoping that I don't cause undue emotions to arise. Some people might have been affected personally by this terrible disease, by the coronavirus. And so for the first week or so, we'll be talking about viruses and bacteria, and talking about how they affect people and how viruses are able to hijack our cells and cause our cells to make more viruses. Okay, so with that, today our first assignment is we're going to be talking about an assignment called Who Infected Whom. We have our helper here today. You guys probably remember him. This is my son, James. Hey, what's up?
What's up?
Okay, so that's James, my son. If you don't know him, he has been here before. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to talk about how diseases are spread. Okay, so there are many ways in which disease can be spread. One way, obviously, is by let me just rephrase that. One way diseases can be spread is through direct or indirect contact. Okay, they can also be transmitted by animals, mosquitoes, insects, and so forth. Also, we can get diseases from our parents, so they can be genetic in nature, right? So those are some ways we can get disease. Genetics, we get disease from our lifestyle. If we decide to smoke and so forth, we could possibly get a disease, cancer, and so forth like that, okay? Also, we can get it from our environment. The environment can give us, obviously, diseases. And then what we're going to focus on for this unit, we're going to focus on diseases that are caused by bacteria and also by viruses. Okay, with that, let's get to some terms before we get to our assignment. So if you look over here, let me move my helper over for a second. We see here we have epidemiologists. And an epidemiologist is a person who traces the spread of a disease. So right now with the coronavirus, we know that we have people around the whole entire world who are trying to figure out what has happened and what can we do in order to prevent it from happening even more, right? So that's why we have the vaccine that has come out and so forth. So the epidemiologist is trying to figure out how the disease is spread through an environment. A carrier, or someone who is asymptomatic, the word a, when you put the a before a word, it means not. Okay, so asymptomatic means that you do not have symptoms. And you know that there are people who have the coronavirus and they don't even know they have it. Okay, so they would be considered a carrier because they don't have any symptoms. They actually feel fine, but they are able to pass it on. So they have the disease, but does not have the symptoms, okay? And then the web of transmission is kind of like a spider web. It can go different places, right? Different ways. So it is a graphic way to show or to illustrate how the disease is spread. And then we have quarantine is what we have been in for a while, especially if you're doing this virtual class. You are being quarantined, okay? So you are being isolated in order to help us, help the country, to help the world, so that we can slow down this disease. But sometimes people are quarantined who have the disease, but in this case, people are quarantining themselves so that we don't get it. and we don't pass on other people. Now, a trade-off. A trade-off is giving up one thing in exchange for another. We have given up, obviously, our freedom, right? We've given up the opportunity to go out and do things in order so that we can stay healthy, okay? So there are some trade-offs, some good things and some bad things about it. So we have to give up something in order to get something else, okay? So we're exchanging. So in this case, we are giving up being able to go outside, being able to go to school, being able to interact with friends and family in order so that we can stay healthy, right? Okay, good. So with that, what we're going to do, we're going to get to our assignment now. And our assignment is called Who Infected Whom? So before I get to the assignment, I'm going to read, okay? And you will have the same assignment. And you can see here that I have 3 pages that we're going to talk about. So this right here, I'm going to read this little short article, and this will help you understand the scenario. Okay, here we go. All right, ready? I'm gonna read it now. Here we go. It says yesterday. Well, first of all, it says the Bingdong Chronicle. Okay, new disease at Salk Junior High School. Yesterday, a science teacher at Salk Junior High School was sent to the hospital with a serious illness. Lab results came back with the surprising diagnosis of a new type of infection. Why the surprise? Because this type of infection has never been observed before in a Bingdong. Miss Shaw, okay, we got Miss Shaw over here. Where's Miss Shaw? She's somewhere over here, everybody. Where's Miss Shaw? Help me, my helper. Come on, my helper can help me find Miss Shaw. Find Miss Shaw for me. Where's Miss Shaw? This must be Miss Shaw right here. Here she is. Miss Shaw. Okay, so you can see here we have 8 people that we're gonna be looking at today. 8 people, and Miss Shaw is right here. Okay, and he's gonna show you some of the names of the people. Okay, anyway, all right, DJ, come on back to me. Come on back to me. So Miss Shaw became sick on December 3rd. Okay, she's a teacher, science teacher, like me. Hey, I'm a science teacher. Okay, that's me. Okay, anyway, Miss Shaw became sick on December 3rd with a high fever, sore throat, and wheezing cough. At first, she thought she had the flu, but when she had difficulty breathing, she went to see her doctor. Dr. Holmes of a Bingdong hospital noticed similar symptoms in another patient who was a student at Salk. When interviewed, he commented, Miss Shaw's symptoms, Miss Shaw, where's Miss Shaw again? Miss Shaw's symptoms were very serious. She was sick for a week in a hospital for 2 days. Because Miss Shaw comes in contact with many students each day, I was concerned that this disease might spread. However, there were no more cases for about 10 days. I was so relieved. Since then, however, several more people at the school have become sick and have had similar symptoms. Local health officials are concerned. Could this be the beginning of an outbreak? A local epidemiologist, that word again, epidemiologist, Dr. Montague, is working to identify the path of transmission, who infected whom. In order to determine this, she has begun to gather information. To date, she has interviewed 8 individuals. So look, we have 8 people, right? Can you tell me the names of the people? He's gonna tell you the names of the people. No, that's not a person. Show them. That's Miriam.
Miriam.
Okay.
Tran.
That's right.
Mr. Milligan.
Uh-huh.
Miss Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
Laura. Mr. Klasky.
That's right.
And Ed.
Okay, good. So we have these 8 people. Now, these 8 people somehow have come in contact with each other, okay? And so you're going to help the epidemiologist, Dr. Montague, try to figure out the path of disease transmission. So you're trying to figure out, remember that word trans again, we had that in the beginning of the year when we talked about transparency. Trans means across. So we're trying to figure out how the disease got across from one person to the next. What was the transmission? What was the web of transmission? Who gave it to who? Okay. So Dr. Montague needs help. He needs help. Okay. He needs some help, guys. And your job is to help him figure out how the disease is spread. So we have 8 cards. Can you show these 8 cards, EJ? Show these 8 cards, okay? They're going to have these same 8 cards, all right? Just show 8 cards right there. And your job is to try to figure out how it was passed. So you're looking at what kind of connection each person has with the other person. How are they connected to each other? Are they in the same class? Are they in the same basketball team? Are they in the same drama club? You're trying to figure out what do they have in common that could possibly cause them to give it to somebody else, okay? So your web of transmission is going to be your hypothesis. So what you're going to do, you're going to move these cards around. I don't know how you're going to do it because you got to do it yourself. You're going to move these cards around and you're going to take a picture of your final web, okay? So here's your final web or whatever it's going to be. You're going to take a picture of it, but it has to make sense, okay? So then after you take a picture of it, you're going to draw lines to show how they are connected, okay? How they are connected to each other. So basically, you're going to read the information on energy cards, discuss with your partner how the disease may spread from person to person, or not partners, all by yourself. You're going to move the cards around, and then you're going to draw this, or you're going to take a picture of it, right? And then you're going to hit the markup tool. And the markup tool is going to allow you to be able to draw on it, to draw lines and talk and say how they are connected. Maybe they are in the same science class and so forth. Okay, so then after you do that, after you figure out who is who, we're gonna fill out a data table. Let me show them the data table I'm gonna fill out. So you can show them the data table here, DJ. This data table. Okay? So after you do this is first. After you do your web transmission, then you're gonna do a data table. And on your data table, you're gonna test 4 people. James, how many people you gonna test?
4.
4 people, that's it. You only test 4 individuals. Okay, and obviously you're not gonna test it because you're not at home, at school. But I'm gonna test it for you. So 4 people we're gonna test. Now can somebody tell me, we are trying to figure out who the carrier is. So the whole entire, look, come back. The whole entire activity is trying to figure out who is the carrier. Who is the carrier? Who is asymptomatic? Who does not have the disease? I'm sorry, excuse me, I messed up. Who has the disease but does not have symptoms? We're trying to figure out who has these but has it. So look. Is it Ed, Mr. Klasky? Who here is a carrier? They have it, but they don't have symptoms. Who is it? Who is it? Okay, so we got to figure out what people. So can somebody tell me? Look at the cards. Somebody tell me. Look at the cards. Come on, James, both of you guys. Come on, get them over there. Who would possibly be a carrier here? Anybody? Look at the cards. Look at the bottom of the cards. Who could possibly be a carrier? Okay. Why? You're right. Oh, wait, why?
I say this one because...
Let me turn the camera on you.
Okay. I say Miriam because she doesn't have symptoms. So she could possibly be asymptomatic.
Okay. Okay, good. I can't hear you. Say it again.
These people don't have symptoms either.
Okay, so then they what? What are you trying to say?
They may be carriers also.
Okay, maybe carriers also. Okay, very good. Very good. So who should we test, guys? Who should we test?
Miriam.
We should test Miriam. Okay, good. Okay, would you agree with that? Test Miriam? We're trying to figure out who the carrier is. Okay, good. Who else should we test?
Tran.
We should test Tran. Okay, who else should we test?
Everybody.
No, we only test 4 people. Ed. Okay, wait a minute. We got to test 4 people. That's only 3. Who else should we test?
Wait, I thought you said we have to test people that don't have symptoms.
No, I didn't say that. I said that we are trying to figure out who the carriers are. That's what I said. So you said that these people are possibly carriers because they don't have any symptoms. Because a carrier does not have symptoms, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're good. You're right. We should test Miriam, Tran, and Ed. Who else should we test? We got to test 4 people. That's only 3.
This, what do you say? James says the teacher.
Okay, Miss Shaw, why?
She got it first.
Okay, she got it first. Okay, good. Do you agree with that or disagree with that?
I agree with that.
Okay, but let me ask a question. Is she going to be a carrier?
No.
So why are we testing her?
Because you have to test someone.
You got to test somebody. You're right. Got to test somebody. You're right. But. You saying it. To see what?
Who she gave it to.
Okay.
Became the carrier.
Oh, okay, could be. The reason why we're testing a 4th person, because this person right here, come on, in science class, we call that something. What we call
Control.
that? I'm gonna call it control. Let me say that again. My baby boy got it. What's it called?
Control.
It's called a what?
Control.
It's called a control, everybody. It's called a control because we have to know what a positive test looks like, okay? So, you know that we're doing tests with the code line, right? We know we're doing tests code. They have to figure out what a positive test looks like. So, Miss Shaw, we know she has it. So, therefore, we know that if she's tested, that this is going to come out a certain color. Now, if you're positive, it's going to come out pink, okay? Let's see. Come on, let's test her here. We're ready to test now, everybody. We're ready to test everybody. Come on. Here we go. So come on, we're going to test the people. Come on, James. Come on over here. And I'm going to read it because we're running out of time. Okay, so here we go. It says, find a drop bottle for one of the people you would like to test. Okay, so find Miss Shaw. Let's do Miss Shaw first. Come back. Let's do Miss Shaw first. Oh, there's a little dirt there. Let's do Miss Shaw. Find Miss Shaw, James. Get Miss Shaw. I'm going to read it. You got Miss Shaw?
Right there.
All right, so Miss Shaw, it says find a drop bottle for one of the people you would like to test. Miss Shaw, it contains a person's saliva. It's obviously not real, but it contains the person's saliva. So we're gonna put her saliva. We're gonna place 3 drops of the saliva into the small cup. So put 3 drops in there, James. 3 drops there. All right. So he's gonna put 3 drops of Miss Shaw. Everybody watching? There we go. Okay, good. I put top back on. I always put top back on. We always got to use good. We should have goggles on. I know. We'll get our goggles next time. Okay, good. Now, who else are we going to test? Can you find Miriam, James? Find Miriam. Find Miriam for us. She's over here. Right there. There you go. Find Miriam. Now you're going to put 3 drops into the second one. Let's put it here so we don't get so close to it. No, let's put it here. No, let's be consistent. Okay. 3 drops. All right, good. All right. Now let's get the next person. Put it right here. Put it here, James. You know who we tested. Okay, we're gonna test Mr. Tran now. Tran. Right there, Daddy. Remember? There's Tran. Find Tran. Yep, 3 drops in the third one. There you go, 3 drops in there. There we go. Now we're gonna test. We're gonna find Ed for us. There you go, that's Ed. Put 3 drops for Ed in there. Okay, good. All right, now it says record. Okay, so now what we're gonna do? It says you're gonna put 1 drop. No, it says 2. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Put 1 drop of the disease indicator. Show the disease indicator. Show that, James. I'm sorry. You hold it. Disease indicator. Now you'll put 1 drop in each of those and see what happens. DJ, now get close and make sure you see what happens. So say who it is first, James. You put it in. What's the person's name? Okay.
This is Miss Shaw.
Say again.
This is Miss Shaw.
This is this person.
Okay, good. See what happens.
Whoa.
She turned pink. Okay. All right. Now who's the next person, James? So wait a minute. Let's go back to our dad table. So here we have Miss Shaw, right? Okay. And then we have Miriam. Oh yeah, we should write that down. Put that down for us, please. So we have Shaw. Okay, good. And does she have symptoms? Nope. Yes, she has. I'm sorry, you're right. And what color was it? It was
Like
pink. That's right. Put down pink. Don't do this part. Let them do their part on their own. Okay, good. Now who's the next person we had? We had Miriam. Put down Miriam there. James, you ready to test Miriam? Not yet. Wait a second. Miriam, put down.
Miriam?
There you go. I ain't gonna tell you. There you go, Miriam. Does she have? Nope, she does not. We don't know test results yet. Wait a second. Here we go. So let's look at Miriam and see what happens. So put no drop in. One more drop.
One drop.
Oh, one drop. We'll just do another one. Just make good. Everybody think about it. We probably didn't see it. Okay, so is she positive or negative?
Negative.
She's negative. Okay, so what color was she?
Clear.
Clear. Okay, good.
It's a clear color.
You can say transparent, but yeah, clear. Yeah, that's a color. Okay, good. That's the next one. Who's next, DJ?
Ed.
No, it was not Ed. He put
Fine.
Tran. Okay, put down Tran here, DJ. Wait, James, wait a second.
Transparent.
Okay, does he have symptoms?
No.
No symptoms. Okay, let's see what happens to Tran. Here's Tran, number 3, the third one. He's putting 2 drops in everybody.
I knew it.
Okay, so Tran, what happened to Tran?
It's transparent.
Okay, ooh, you're funny.
Where'd my pen go?
Yeah, transparent.
I
Okay.
like clear because I
Because
gotta be
Tran
consistent.
is transparent. That's what you're trying to say. Okay, good. Now do the next one, James. Who's the next one? Don't do it yet. Who next one, DJ?
Ed.
Okay, good, Ed. And Ed, does he have symptoms?
Nope.
Okay, let's see what happens to his test.
Ed, he's the culprit. It's always Ed.
Oh, everybody.
It's always
It
Ed.
only took 1 drop to prove who he was. So Ed is, what color did Ed turn?
Pink.
Okay, pink. So what does that indicate? He did not have symptoms, but he turned pink. So what does it mean?
It means he was
Let me see. Let me turn to you. He was what?
a carrier.
He's a carrier, which means he has symptoms, class. He's
asymptomatic.
asymptomatic.
He doesn't have symptoms.
That's what I said. I messed up. Ha ha. Make sure you cut that part out. Okay. He has the disease, but he does not have symptoms. So, once again, let's look at the names again so you get it. We had Miss Shaw was pink, which means she had disease. Miriam was clear, which means that even though she did not have symptoms, she did not have this disease. Tran was clear, did not have symptoms, did not have the disease. But Ed, look at Ed. Ed did not have symptoms, but guess what? He had the disease. Therefore, what does that mean? Well, I'm not going to tell you what that means. I want you to figure that out. Okay, so let's come on back to me. All right, class. So this part of your data table should be filled out by now. You need to finish the rest of the data table. I'm not going to tell you if they were a carrier or not. From this assignment, you should know what a carrier is now. A carrier is a person who does not have symptoms,
But has the disease.
has the disease. So that means they feel absolutely fine. They feel great, but they don't. But they have the disease, so they still can pass it on to people, even though they don't feel like they have it. In the case of our coronavirus, this is one reason why we're stressing wearing masks, right? So that if you are asymptomatic, you feel great, but you still can pass it on to somebody else, okay? So after you've done this, you're gonna have analysis questions, and you also will have an anticipation guide. I forgot to print out, but you have that on your thing, okay? All right, let's say thank you to our helpers today. Now, usually my son, he's just a photographer, but today he decided to jump in, so let's say thank you to James. What's that? Okay, and we'll say thank you to DJ today, who's our photographer.
You're welcome.
And also, he actually helped. Okay, great.
Peace out.
Okay, thank you, class. Bye-bye.
Cue that intro.
Okay.